Hi everybody, it's Tammy with Gare. We're back again to go into the kiln room and give you some more tips. We know it's the holiday season and we got a lot of feedback from the first video. People are going to be painting lots of platters in your studios, big platters, ornaments, so we have some tips about that. And I also put a few other pieces in there that we get a lot of questions on how to stilt them because they're like the more difficult pieces to stilt. So hopefully that will help you out as well. So come on in and we'll show you. Say when. When? Okay, so this is my new best friend. It's just this little cart that I ordered. And you know, I'm not trying to like promote the cart or anything, but everyone who knows me knows how much like I love convenience. I just like things to be easy. So I got this little cart. It's just plastic. It's lightweight and it rolls around. It's not specific for this, but I made it specific. It just makes everything really convenient and quick and easy. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to properly stilt a platter. We get a lot of questions on this because sometimes you can get a crack in your platter and that could be due to maybe there was a hairline crack to begin with. That happens occasionally. Or sometimes it just comes out with a crack and you don't know why. Oftentimes it can be due to the cooling down process. There wasn't enough airflow around the platter. That happens because the bisque itself cools down quicker than the kiln shelves do, because the kiln shelves and the kiln furniture stay hotter than the bisque does. So the bisque edges of the bisque will cool quicker than like the middle. So when you have proper airflow, it just gives everything time to cool down more evenly. That's why you want to have air underneath and above the kiln shelves. So that's why when you load a platter, you want to use a stilt that has a little bit of height to it, like this or like this. So you could really use either one of these for this. It's just really more preference. So just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to use this one and put it in. Make sure it's in the middle and sturdy. I just check it. And I just want to show you that if you put this close to here, you can see that there's some room above this. I wouldn't use a post like this because that would not give this platter much space between the kiln shelf and the platter. So that would not be good. That you're risking a crack if you do that. So you want to have enough room. And also, if I was going to do this, I would put some plates under there, you know, if I wanted to maximize my kiln space. It's okay to have the plates close to the platter because those are going to cool down at the same rate. It's not like having a kiln shelf close together. So having other bisque under there would be okay. So what I just showed you here was the proper way to stilt a platter, and my go-tos are these stilts that have some height. So if you have any other questions, please leave them in the comments. And let's move on to the next thing. Look at all the toys. Okay, all right, so why don't we start with this fun gadget? Okay, so if you have one of these in your kiln room, then you know what it is. If you don't, this is great for stilting ornaments and stilting toppers. These are the toppers, and you can put this on your kiln shelf, and then you can put your toppers on. You can also stilt Christmas balls. These I would not put right next to each other because they could touch and stick together, and you don't want that to happen. But these little poles come in and out, which is nice. So you can buy more of these if you want as well. And if you have more than one, you can set them up in here. But these are smaller versions, so you can use these. If you have just one topper that you need to put in, and it won't take up much kiln space, and you can put these in along with your other pieces. Sometimes when you have a piece like this, you can sit this on a bed of nails, and it should stay pretty good. But if you don't have room for the bed of nails, you could sit him on this. You would just want to make sure that he's leaning on, the back of him is leaning on the nails. So whenever you put a piece in, always give it a little wiggle and make sure that it's sturdy. No matter what you're stilting, just make sure it's sturdy so that it doesn't tip over. No one wants that. No one wants pieces tipping over in their kiln. Okay, so I'm going to now show you how to stilt a couple of the more difficult pieces that people are always asking us questions about. Okay, these are great for that. The difficult pieces are great We use the better nails for difficult pieces, and also these. So spoon rests, if you look at this is a piece that people ask us about all the time. I would use a small stilt on one side, and then on the other side, I would use this stilt like this. And just rest it like that. Auction!
All right.
Okay.
Right now.
All right. So another great piece these are good for is the snake. I use this for the snake. We put the snake on there. You just have to fix him so that he doesn't tip, because if he's not on right, he'll tip. But if he's on right, he's great. And he's great for those stilts as well. The snake, ooh, little llama. So the llama, we did a whole pile of these once. I think we did like 40 of these. And every single one of them, we used the better nail stilts, because if you look at the bottom of his feet, he's kind of difficult to stilt. But he will stay really well on the bed of nails. So this is another piece that I would use these really small stilts for. And I like these really, really tiny ones, and that's what I would use this piece for. Even though this fits, you could use it, but sometimes even this stilt will get stuck on the sides here, and it's a little bit more difficult to Dremel when you're dremeling off the little spots. So I would use this stilt for this piece. And then it makes it easy to Dremel when you take it out. The same thing with this. You could use this one or this one to stilt that small space. So basically I'm showing you what these small stilts are good for, these smaller type pieces with the small bottoms. And they're also good for just single biskies. Just the little ones. If you just have one biskie, this size is perfect for that. This little plane here, I would stilt this with these. You would use these. You can stilt it this way if you want to. He's a little tippy, but it would work this way. But you could also stilt him this way. That's what I would do. I would put him that way. And it's not touching underneath, so it's fine. This bigger plane, you have to raise these up. So this part on the bottom makes it this piece difficult to stilt. If you use the better nails, this piece right here tends to fall in between there. See how it falls in between? So I don't use it for that. I found that the best way to stilt this is to use these. You could use this too, and you want to be able to put these right on these are going to sit on the wings. But if you just sat it on there, this is going to touch. So what I do is I just use these, some of my favorites. Raise it up. So yes, it's going to take you an extra minute or so to do this, but it's worth it because it will stay up. Put it back. And that's how I would load that. I've loaded these before. I've loaded these in the studio, and it works great. Let me see. What did I cover here? Covered it all. Okay. All right. Here we go. I'm excited. I love these. I love these. So if you have any of these in your studio, this is how I would use them. They sell them in different sizes, and I would use them along with this, and maybe even along with this. And this is how. So if you have a box cover like this, yes, you could use it on the bed of nails, especially if you're maybe doing a bunch of kids' pieces. You could just pop it on there, and that's fine, but you're going to get your stilt marks all around the edge. But like, let's say somebody's making a nice gift for somebody, and you don't want to, the stilt marks all around the edge, and you just want a couple in between. You could just put this on here and put this in the middle like this. But you want to put it on up here so you can see what you're doing, just to make sure that the stilt isn't touching the sides. And then you just put it in like this. And that's how I would stilt the cover. So the next thing we're going to do is stilt the cover to this teapot. A couple of different ways to stilt it. Yes, you could stick it on the bed of nails, but you'll have the stilt marks around the edge. I would stilt it two different ways. One, you could just stick it on the post. You just need to keep in mind, if you stick it on the post like that and you pull it out, you will have a little stilt mark in the very bottom in there. And if you Dremel the middle of that, you need to be very careful because the Dremel spins and sometimes this can spin with it and you could have a disaster. I might know this because that might have happened to me once. But just be very careful if you decide to do that. But you know, people do it all the time and that's okay. You can stilt it that way. The other way you can stilt it is the way I just showed you how I stilted a couple of other covers. So you would take this post and put this stilt on top of it. And you're just going to put it inside. Just make sure it's even, like that. And then I would put it in. And there you have it. Nice and easy. So another thing that's really good for stilting on this is the top of the butter dish. I don't have a butter dish right now, but if I did, I would take the top of it and I would sit it on here and show you how good this is for stilting that. Okay, so that was a lot of fun. This is one of the things I love most about my job. So I picked a selection, a small selection actually, of pieces that I thought would be helpful to show you how to stilt. If you have any other pieces that you know of that you have questions about or want help stilting, please let me know. Just let me know in the comments and I will get back to you and maybe post some pictures that will be helpful. And I will see you in my next video. Why can't I say the word? What do we do?
What do we do with the kiln?
What do we do? This is Tammy with Gare. I have no idea what I'm going to say. Not a clue. So there's, you know, good work. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. And wanted me to tell you how to stilt. Don't swear, Tammy. And today I'm going to show you how to put.
You can start.
You're always going to be painting like large platters. That's. Leave some comments for me and I will. I'll think about it. You know what I mean? Can't do it.
You're smiling, you're having fun, you're stilting the platter, and action.
You giggled. You giggled like you're just saying, do it again, Tammy, do it again. Okay, so I'm going to show you now. You must hate video days. Hi everybody, it's Tammy with Gare. We're back again to give you some. So I love loading kilns. No, I really do love loading kilns. Yeah. Stay there, baby. Hi everybody, it's Tammy with. That's why I sound like hello everybody. Smiling. I nailed it. Oh, God bless you, Jamie. Okay, all right. I love loading kilns. It's my jam.